Demographic fluctuations may occur due to the factors such as migration patterns, changes in birth rates, and aging population. These fluctuations can have significant impacts on a range of urban systems, including housing, transportation, healthcare, and education. In order to address these types of complex challenges of urban development, it is essential that the future city builders adopt a more strategic approach to urban planning, design, and construction methods. I'm certain that everyone present today shares the same investment in creating a city of the future. It is a city that prioritizes the well-being of both natural environment and the community it serves. It is a city that is characterized by innovative and impactful ideas, executed with excellence and far-reaching positive effects. So, what are the defining characteristics of a city that is built for the future? And what specific strategies can we employ to create such a city? Well, it relies on three factors. First, it relies on a firm foundations. 4 pillars that the World Economic Forum adopts as its framework for the future. Second, it relies on our young professionals and the new generation of city builders. Third, it relies on new and innovative approaches with regards to both technology and management. Let's start with the foundation, the 4 pillars that form the basis of future city building, which includes sustainability in the form of green mobility, renewable energy, and eco-friendly building materials. Livability in the form of connectivity, infrastructure, and public amenities. Resilience in the form of emergency preparedness and climate adaptability. And finally, affordability, meaning equitable access to healthcare, affordable and subsidized housing. So everyone who is invested in living in the city of the future should be actioning on these 4 pillars. Which brings us to the second, and arguably the most important factor, the people. A typical development process of any permanent structure in a city usually involves a lot of people. To begin with, we have researchers, regulatory and policy makers, development and design teams, architects, engineers, interior designers, construction teams, the contractors, subcontractors, and those in specialized trades. Local authorities, city councils, planners, the financial institutions, investors, bankers, lenders, and let's not forget the marketing and sales agencies. And there's more, believe me, a lot more. So you can imagine that when we are trying to build the cities of the future, all these stakeholders, these executors of the 4 pillars, have to come together on an even bigger, a more complex scale to achieve the monumental mission. And this is where we should look ahead, because those who will create the city of the future are the young people today, the next generation of city builders. They will be responsible for shaping the cities of the future, as they have a unique perspective on current trends and issues. Their involvement is key to creating dynamic and sustainable urban communities. It's time to leverage their openness, innovation, and can-do attitude, but with support and mentoring from the experienced individuals and groups. We've talked about what a city of the future should look like. We've talked about the people who are building the city of the future. Now, let's look at how to actually executing and taking actions on these ideas. A future city will be built by younger, more innovative, optimistic stakeholders who are not only defined by age, but an attitude of positivity, consistency, and resilience. This can be reflected in 2 ways: how their companies are run and how new technologies are implemented. We're seeing more and more companies that provide a breeding ground for innovation and a space that is conducive to transformation. For example, these companies tend to implement new management tools, such as design thinking, lean management, employment wellness programs, while also implementing management approaches that replace traditional hierarchy structures with self-organizing teams. More importantly, these companies tend to focus more on the collective rather than the individual. And in terms of technology and initiatives, they are on the forefront and the edge of the curve. As we can see, new buildings and new construction methods such as prefabricated structures, modular buildings, passive houses, and more eco-friendly building materials. The result is not only do these employ more efficient construction methods and use higher-grade materials that are environmental friendly, they also improve upon digitization and automation and engages processes that are better for cost control, scale, and efficiency. We're all stakeholders in the city of our future. We should do our part to build the cities, not just to survive the future, but to thrive in it. As I'm a participant and a witness of future urban development, I'm excited to see what the next generation of city builders will bring. With prioritizing and strategically implementing 4 pillars of building the future city, leveraging and mentoring young workers to drive the process forward, and taking bold and courageous steps in terms of innovation and management, I'm confident that together we'll create a city where almost anything is really possible.